Brookfield, Connecticut. February 16, 1981. A day that would forever change the fabric of this quiet town. A sleepy town forever scarred by a brutal crime. The kind of place where everyone knows each other and nothing ever happens, until it does. Arne Cheyenne Johnson, a seemingly ordinary young man, commits a horrific act, the murder of his landlord, Alan Bono. A crime that would send ripples far beyond the town's borders. The weapon? A 5-inch pocket knife. A simple tool turned into an instrument of death. The motive? Johnson claims something sinister, demonic possession. A defense that would shock and intrigue the nation. This claim sends shockwaves through the community and beyond. Neighbors, friends, and strangers alike grapple with the unimaginable. How could an evil entity infiltrate this quiet corner of America, a place where the supernatural seemed like nothing more than a bedtime story? The answer, Johnson's defense argues, lies in the events preceding the murder. Events that would paint a picture of a family under siege by dark forces. It is a tale that intertwines demonic forces, a family's desperate fight, and a legal battle that challenges the very foundations of our understanding of good and evil. A story that would captivate and terrify in equal measure. The case of Arne Johnson becomes a media sensation. Reporters flock to Brookfield, turning the small town into the epicenter of a national debate. Could the devil truly be responsible for this heinous crime? A question that would haunt the public consciousness. The world watches, captivated and horrified as the line between reality and nightmare blurs in a small Connecticut courtroom, a trial that would forever alter the way we perceive the battle between light and darkness. Months before the murder, darkness descends upon the Glatzel family. 11-year-old David, the brother of Johnson's fiancée Debbie, begins exhibiting disturbing behavior. His innocent eyes become windows into a terrifying realm. Unseen forces torment him. David experiences nightmarish visions filled with grotesque figures and whispered threats. His body bears the marks of unseen assailants, unexplained scratches and bruises. He speaks in guttural voices, languages unknown to him. Fear grips the Glatzel household. Something is terribly wrong. Desperate for answers, the Glatzels turn to renowned paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. The Warrens, no strangers to the dark side of the supernatural, recognize the signs. David is possessed. A malevolent entity has sunk its claws into the young boy, twisting his innocence into a vessel for its evil. The Warrens, believing David's soul is in peril, initiate a series of intense exorcisms. The air crackles with unseen energy as ancient prayers and holy water are employed against the demonic force. It is during one of these harrowing rituals that Arne Johnson makes a fateful decision. Consumed by a desire to protect his beloved Debbie and her younger brother, Johnson confronts the entity. He challenges the demon, daring it to enter him instead. It is a decision born of love and desperation, but one with dire consequences. In the aftermath of the exorcism, David shows signs of improvement. The demonic grip on him seems to loosen, but a darkness has descended upon Arne Johnson. His behavior becomes erratic, marked by sudden outbursts of rage and unsettling blackouts. The demon, it seems, has found a new host. The murder of Alan Bono thrusts the demonic possession claims into the national spotlight. Johnson's defense team, led by the ambitious Martin Minella, makes legal history. They argue that Johnson is not responsible for his actions, claiming demonic possession as his defense. The courtroom becomes a battleground between faith and reason, between the tangible and the supernatural. The prosecution scoffs at the defense's claims, presenting a case of an argument gone tragically wrong, but the specter of demonic influence looms large, casting a long shadow over the proceedings. The judge, however, remains unconvinced. He rules that demonic possession is not a valid legal defense. The jury, faced with the gruesome evidence and unable to reconcile it with the defense's extraordinary claims, finds Arne Johnson guilty of first-degree manslaughter. Section 5. Shadows of Doubt, A Brother's Descent. Years after the trial, a new perspective emerges, casting doubt on the demonic possession narrative. Carl Glatzel, David's older brother, comes forward with a chilling claim: the possession was a hoax. He alleges that his brother, influenced by the Warrens and desperate for attention, fabricated the events. Carl points to inconsistencies in David's behavior and suggests ulterior motives for the murder, hinting at possible family secrets and hidden resentments. He alleges that his mother may have been drugging the family, leading to hallucinations and bizarre behavior. His accusations add a new layer of complexity to an already perplexing case. Was the demonic possession a genuine paranormal event, or a carefully constructed fabrication? The truth, lost in a web of conflicting accounts and personal agendas, remains elusive. Section 6. Shattered Lives, the Glatzel family's ordeal. The Glatzel family, thrust into the national spotlight, is irrevocably broken by the events. Debbie, torn between her love for Johnson and the trauma her family endured, remains steadfast in her belief that demonic forces played a role in the tragedy. David, forever linked to the case that bears his name, struggles to reconcile the memories of his childhood with the skepticism and accusations that plague his adulthood. The once close-knit siblings are now estranged, their relationships shattered by differing interpretations of the past. The Glatzels become cautionary figures, forever marked by the alleged demonic events and the relentless scrutiny that followed. Their story serves as a stark reminder of the devastating impact of trauma, both real and perceived, and the enduring power of belief even in the face of doubt. Section 7. Sensationalized horror from page to screen. The case of Arne Johnson, with its blend of true crime and the supernatural, proves irresistible to storytellers. This real-life event, often referred to as the "devil made me do it" case, has captivated audiences for decades. Books, documentaries, and films attempt to unravel the mystery, each offering a unique interpretation of the events. These various mediums provide different lenses through which the story is told, adding layers of complexity and intrigue. The Devil in Connecticut, a chilling account penned by Gerald Brittle, becomes a bestseller, further solidifying the case in the public's imagination. This book not only recounts the events but also delves into the psychological and supernatural aspects that make the story so compelling. Decades later, The Conjuring Universe, a horror franchise loosely based on the Warrens' paranormal investigations, brings the story to a new generation, reigniting interest in the case. The films, with their dramatic flair and intense storytelling, have become a cultural phenomenon. While these adaptations provide entertainment, they also raise ethical concerns. The dramatization of real events can sometimes overshadow the truth, leading to a distorted perception of what actually happened. Critics argue that they exploit a real-life tragedy for profit, often sensationalizing the events and neglecting the very real human toll. This sensationalism can lead to a lack of empathy for those who were directly affected by the events. The line between documentation and exploitation blurs, leaving audiences to grapple with the responsibility of consuming such narratives. As viewers, we must consider the impact of these stories on the real people involved and question the ethics of turning their experiences into entertainment. Section 8. Profiting from Tragedy, the Warrens' Legacy. Ed and Lorraine Warren, the paranormal investigators at the center of the case, become household names. Their involvement in the Amityville Horror and other high-profile cases cements their status as leading figures in the world of demonology and the supernatural. However, their legacy is not without controversy. Critics accuse the Warrens of exploiting vulnerable individuals, profiting from their fears and suffering. They argue that the Warrens' dramatic accounts of demonic encounters lack credible evidence and often rely on sensationalism and fear-mongering. The Glatzel family, on the other hand, receives little financial compensation for their ordeal. Their story, exploited for books, films, and countless hours of television, serves as a stark reminder of the often uneven power dynamics between those who experience trauma and those who profit from its retelling. Section 9. The truth remains out there. The case of Arne Johnson continues to fascinate and divide. It has become a focal point for debates on the supernatural and the limits of human understanding. Was he truly a victim of demonic possession, driven to commit murder by an unseen evil? Or was there something more mundane yet equally terrifying at play? Or was the claim of demonic influence a desperate attempt to escape responsibility for a horrific crime? The courtroom drama that unfolded was nothing short of sensational. The truth, shrouded in decades of speculation, conflicting accounts, and the fallibility of human memory, remains elusive. Each new piece of evidence only seems to deepen the mystery. The events in Brookfield, Connecticut serve as a chilling reminder of the complexities of human behavior, the enduring power of belief, and the fine line between reality and the darkness that lies just beyond our understanding. They challenge our perceptions and force us to confront the unknown. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more explorations into the unknown, where we unravel the threads of reality and myth. where we delve into real demonic possession cases, examining the evidence and the stories behind them, the chilling rituals of exorcism, performed in the shadows and often shrouded in secrecy, and the terrifying signs of demonic influence which can manifest in the most unexpected ways. Join us as we journey into the darkest corners of the human psyche and the supernatural realm, exploring the boundaries of fear and belief, where nothing is as it seems and the truth is often more terrifying than fiction. Together, we will seek to uncover the mysteries that lie hidden in the shadows.